there was a Catholic priest that slams Biden and slams the cowardice of the bishops in the Catholic Church.
More of them are being killed every year in the United States of America than the death camp of Auschwitz killed in its entire 5-year history, every year after year after year. Oh, it's snowing outside. And on top of that, we've just recently elected a Catholic president, and he is Catholic, he's baptized, he is a member of the family. We've just elected a Catholic president who is diametrically opposed to all of the basic moral principles that are proclaimed by the Roman Catholic Church. Not only abortion and the sanctity of human life, but the sanctity of marriage and this gender silliness. How in the world did that happen? A Catholic. I'll tell you, if he wasn't Catholic, I probably wouldn't be so upset. He's a member of my family. He's the most powerful man in the world. And he is absolutely opposed to the basic understandings that God is the author of life. How in the world did this happen? You want an answer? I'll tell you the answer. Because our bishops have been silent for 60 years. Through bad catechesis and cowardice. They have barely said a thing. A few papers here and there. They speak of, there's things they could do. You say, well, why don't you do something? I'm just a little diocesan priest. I'm a grunt. They're the apostles. They have the voice. I just work for them at their privilege. They can get rid of me tomorrow. How have they allowed this to happen? What is it that they really believe? How poorly have they educated you? Good Lord. Can you imagine if in 2012, Mitt Romney, who was running for president, Mitt Romney, who was a Mormon, a member of the LDS Church, when he was running against President Barack Obama, if he were a cigar-smoking, whiskey-drinking, coffee-drinking Mormon, can you imagine if he had won the presidency? The Mormon Church would have gone apoplectic. This is not a representation of us. They just would have said, oh, no. No, don't look at him. He does not represent what we believe. Probably would have excommunicated him. But what do our bishops do? They just let it snow. I apologize if it sounds like I'm yelling at you. I am angry. It's a righteous anger, the same righteous anger that Jesus had when he drove the money changers out of the temple. He didn't hate those people, but he was outraged with a sense of righteous anger. Righteous anger means I'm incensed at what you are doing to someone else, and I am called to protect. Woe to me if I don't preach the gospel. I have to stand up for this. Jesus had to stand up for his Father's dignity, so he wanted a clean house. And I have this righteous anger. I'm just tired of this. Angry to the point where I am tempted to say this. If you are pro-abortion, I am tempted to ask you to leave St. Henry Parish. Leave this parish. Tempted to say that. Because then I think, where would you go? This is not just this parish that teaches this. This is the Catholic Church, the Holy Catholic Church of God that teaches this. What parish would accept your views? Sadly, you would find one. And that is an indictment against the bishops. But God help that parish that would let your ideas foster in their parish. And so instead, I will not ask you to leave. Why? Because this may be your only chance to repent, to change your mind, and to come to know the truth and finally embrace it. So I won't ask you to leave. This is your chance for salvation. You are welcome here, even if you're pro-abortion. But your ideas are not welcome here, and they will be given no quarter. The same with Joe Biden. He's a Catholic. He's a member of the family. If for some reason he would be in Buckeye on a Sunday, Joe Biden is welcome to come to Mass here. His ideas are not welcome here. And if you ask me a follow-up question, would you give him communion? No. Over my dead body. Not until he repents. He's a public figure. He needs to publicly repent. And we need to pray for his conversion. He is a member of the family.
So first of all, I'm not a Catholic. I'm a Christian, but I still love what this guy is saying here. Because what he's basically talking about is the accountability of the church, the accountability of church leadership, and really it's an understanding that many of these woke churches, these progressive thinking churches, are around for every denomination, all of these. It's all out there. You can absolutely find a church that will not speak about sin, that won't talk about abortion, or if they do, they're fine with it. You just won't hear them basically talk about any of this stuff because they're so progressive and they're totally out there. And what you wind up with is you need people like this basically saying it like it is, that these practices are sinful, that they're not biblical, and that people need to stop pretending as if it's okay. So I love what he's saying here. I love that we can have people that are being realistic about it, because at some point we've got to wake up. People have to wake up to what's going on right now. I think a lot of it's because, once again, the church didn't speak up a lot about certain issues. Some churches still refuse to speak up about certain issues, and they let things just keep going and keep going and keep going. And by the time they realize where the culture has gone, what is now normal and accepted in the culture, it's too late. Or at least it's almost too late. Now we have a massive uphill battle to go in front of us because things have progressed so far to the left in the general culture that the church has lost ground in some ways. And that's why, regardless of the situations that we're in, we need to get more people into actual Bible preaching churches, into understanding what's actually going on in our world, in our culture. And right now, the problem is that the depiction of a Christian to many people is this person that's perfectly fine with all of the liberal policies, all of the abortion things. It's okay because they're just about love, 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 love. And that's all they do. And there's no room for sin. There's no such thing as sin in their kind of view of Christianity, which obviously doesn't really make it Christianity at all, of course, but that's what they keep calling it. So it's good to see that some people are waking up to this stuff, talking about it, doing something about it, because that's what it's honestly going to take if we're ever expecting to see any type of real change. You just watched a clip from the William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.